Hey everyone, it's Ryan from Resell CMY here. I got a separate little video. I wanted to document this and kind of put it out there so people can kind of get an idea of what to do if they're ever in this type of situation. We had an extremely large item sell that was local pickup. Some were up here in upstate New York. Someone from Arizona wanted to pick this up, and they are hiring a third-party shipper to come to our house or come to my house, pick up the item and ship it to them in Arizona, so they're paying additional. So it's basically local pickup for us because the third-party shipper is coming to pick it up. It's this item right here. It's this giant Littlefoot, 54-inch, Land Before Time Littlefoot, made by Gund. We showed it in our What Sold video from this morning, where we sold 24 items for a total of $1,600. This sold for $475. There is no shipping as a part of that because we did have it as local pickup only. But now we need to prep this to be picked up by a third-party shipping company. We're not positive what one they're going to use yet. Our idea, our game plan right now, though, is, Paul, show them that cellophane real quick. We got a giant roll of cellophane here. And our plan now is we're going to wrap this up real tight like a mummy. It has a little flexibility. We didn't want to ship it because it's not that flexible. And it would have been a pain. But our plan is to wrap it tight with cellophane. Paul brought over, from his house, he brought over a pallet. And we're gonna, after we cellophane this whole thing up, we're gonna tie cellophane to the pallet, put this on it, and then cellophane it to the pallet itself. We're gonna hold off on that part of it, the pallet part though, until we get further instructions on how they actually want us to package this up. First things first though is we are gonna put cellophane on this so it's ready to go and protected and everything. So I'm gonna pause the video here. We'll wrap it up. I'll show you the end product of that. So I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna come back in other parts of this video, splice them all in and explain it as the process happens so you know exactly how to do this. This is our first time doing this. We've done local pickup before, but we've never had a third-party shipper come and take one of our items. So kind of interested in how this goes. I feel like I should document it, and maybe you can learn from us or at least learn from our mistakes. All right, so here's the finished product after the first round of cellophane. You can see it keeps its limbs on there pretty good. It looks like we were a spider wrapping up its prey or whatnot. I think the dogs are all worried because they think that we're gonna do it to them next.
You're not.
He was watching the whole time. She's oblivious. She just barks at him. And so the next step here is gonna be wait to hear what they say. We're gonna put it on a little pallet. And when we put it on the pallet, we're gonna wrap the pallet, or at least tie it to the bottom of the pallet, and then wrap it so it's hooked to the pallet as well, so it can't go anywhere. So that's gonna get a bunch more extra wrapping on it. So that should help protect it, and it should keep it on the pallet nice for transfer. Might wrap it in a little cardboard or something like that. Honestly, now that it's wrapped up like it is, we probably could have found some way to ship it ourselves. We just don't have giant boxes, and it's not as flexible and pliable as most plush and stuff. So we didn't want to take any chances. We priced it down considerably. This did sell at one point for $900 on like Worth Point we saw. So we basically sold it for almost half of that, or a little above half of that. Yeah, so I'll stop back in. Once we get further instructions, I'll pop back in on video here and kind of finish it off and let you guys know what's going on, so stay tuned for that. Okay, I'm back here for another part of this video. We actually Paul just left to bring the Littlefoot to UPS. We ended up figuring out and coming to a solution to how to ship this thing. Jason, I just want to thank you first and foremost for working with us and being patient with us while we figure out this whole thing. I hope you enjoy it, man. Thanks again. It hasn't reached you safe yet because Paul's bringing it to UPS, but it should be on its way here in the next half hour or so. So thank you, Jason, very much. I appreciate it. To everyone else who's tuning in to kind of figure out how we ship this whole thing, we ended up not using freight at all. Jason did have, he suggested something that we actually ended up going along with. I'll explain it here real quick. The freight price was ridiculous. It was like $1,600 or something based on the pallet and the dimensions I had given him for the Littlefoot when we had it all saran wrapped up. So what he suggested was he is going to empty the Littlefoot anyway, and then he is actually packing it up with a more durable, longer lasting material. It did have a couple of slits in it already that were going to be addressed and needed to be sewn up. So he suggested that we vacuum out the interior of the Littlefoot, because it was just like these little bead styrofoam pieces, and that that would allow us to condense it down and ship it in a box that we could actually provide. This obviously is a little bit risky to do as a reseller. I'm not telling everyone out there to do this. I did exchange phone numbers with Jason. We talked on the phone about it, about the risks and the rewards for both of us. We needed to place a little bit of trust in each other, and I think it worked out great. So what Paul and I ended up doing, we ended up agreeing to that. We actually took it down to the car wash that has a bunch of vacuums. We used the pre-existing slits that were already in it, and we vacuumed out the innards of that thing. It still took a really big box. Inside of it ended up being like these like pool noodle shaped things that gave it further support. They went down their legs, like the whole height of it, I think down the arms and stuff too. The box we ended up shipping it in was 24 by 21 by 22. So still a really big box, and it weighed like 17 pounds. So Jason still paid up a lot in shipping, because we ended up, let me explain that part actually too. So this was sold, quote unquote, local pickup. We were going to use a third-party shipper. Instead, what ended up happening is I made another listing after we packaged it up. Here's a screenshot right here. It's just a private deal. It's a really crude listing, so no one else would pick it up. I sent the item number to Jason. He ended up picking it up. I listed it for $1 plus shipping charges. So even though I sold it local pickup, I was able to charge him shipping through this second listing. And then, where was I going with that? And that enabled him to pay for the shipping, and it enabled us to pay for a label through eBay. And eBay still got its cut for all the shipping charges and all that. So we didn't like go around eBay at all with this. What we did do though, is this is the trust that Jason had to put in us, is that he had to send us the 6-digit code to release the local pickup one and complete that order. So we basically got paid for the item through the local pickup one. We vacuumed it out, sent it through another listing for 99 cents plus shipping. The reason we went through the local pickup one still is because now that we put that code in, that's not going to get returned or anything. So our risk was we were going to vacuum out this giant rare Littlefoot, and then we were going to have a buyer back out or something. Then we're stuck with a shell of a Littlefoot. So we were willing to do it as long as he put some trust in us and gave us the 6-digit code, which he did. We put that in. We closed out the local pickup. We just printed him off a label, and that's out the door now. I'm not recommending everybody do this. Jason collects the Land Before Time stuff. Is obviously like a holy grail piece if you're collecting something like that. I think he's been looking for like 5 years, he stated. We did ask to have him send us pictures once he fills it back up and sews it up the way he was intending to do it. So hopefully in videos later down the line, we're able to show you that. This worked out really well. I'm happy now. I was a little worried, but once we closed out the local pickup, there's nothing that really happens in that scenario. In a local pickup scenario, they meet you in person, they visually inspect the item, they let you scan or put in this code, and then the deal is just a done deal. So we're done with that part. The absolute worst thing is Jason could return the 99 cents plus the shipping, which would obviously suck. But he seems like a stand-up guy. He was super excited that we worked with him on this. I would imagine that probably 90% or at least like 70-80% of resellers or sellers on eBay in general wouldn't do all this extra stuff. But we try to put the right items in the right people's hands, and he definitely wanted this, so I think it worked out great. So again, Jason, thank you very much. To everyone watching, let us know if you think we're what you think of us, how we handled the whole deal. It's kind of like a weaving of trails trying to explain everything that we did in this scenario. Again, this was our first time attempting to do something through a third-party shipper or freight, and just the price was astronomical, so it wasn't going to work. But I think we came to a decent solution. It's pretty much done on our end. We just need UPS to send it properly to Jason and for him to enjoy it. So thank you all. Let us know what you think down in the comments. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And we will see you in the next one. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Say resell CNY.
Resell CNY.
Said please like and subscribe.
Please like and subscribe.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
And bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.